Welcome everybody back to Boost Motion, guys, and today I want to give you guys an update video because it's been such a long time. It's been about 6 months into the new year of 2023, and also I haven't been uploading videos in the last month, and actually in the last 3 months I've declined a lot. And for some of our true Boost Motion family, you guys have seen this changes and actually been hitting me up at Boost Motion IG to be like, hey Boost, what's up? Where you at? What's going on? So I am thankful for the guys who've been really riding with me all these years. I know I got at least 1,000 of you guys strong, and I really am appreciative of that so much. But anyways, let me just jump into the video. So if you guys haven't noticed, I haven't really been uploading videos a lot. Now, we all have life problems. We all have our own life issues. We have families, we have kids, we have money issues, whatever. And I actually really don't have those issues at all. I mean, I still have issues with my life, but that's not the reason why I stopped uploading videos. So for me to be very clear and transparent, every now and then, just like writer's block, you lose the initiative to actually, or the motivation to continue to make videos. Because number one, when I made this YouTube channel, it was to help that 18-year-old dude who just got their dream car, or whatever car it is, to be able to have enough confidence to work on their car. That's how this channel started. It wasn't to make like race videos or to be more of a channel that is more about entertainment. This was just about more of a average guy or young boy who has some money for himself, and what is the best ways to modify his car affordably, right? And that's how the channel grew. On top of the Q50 becoming a new platform out there with the twin turbo motor, it wasn't really much competition. That allowed my channel to continue to grow throughout the years. So we all can have an agreement on that, right? Now, for some of the guys who haven't been liking some of the changes in the last 2-3 years, I would say 2 years, I understand it. You know, you have a Q50 or an Infiniti, and then I ended up getting into Mercedes, right? And I'm not really modifying those cars that often, and I'm not really doing the entertainment type of race videos or anything like that anymore. And I understand it. Times have changed. People change. And most YouTubers who are still doing that stuff, who used to do that stuff, they're not here, they're not existent. They're not here anymore. They lost their license, they lost their cars, and that's pretty much it. Or they had to change and go into a different type of media, right? Now, when I comes, this all is going to all fall under the same type of umbrella, right? So knowing that I had to transition, last year I started going more into live streaming and making reaction videos to the news, like reporting the news. And I think that was actually a really good segment because it added more videos for you guys to watch, because you really did appreciate my opinion on a lot of videos. I mean, a lot of changes in the car world that I deemed relevant. And that was cool. I enjoyed that. But just like anything else, you get bored with it. Like, my closest friends know it. I miss driving a car. I miss racing a car, like putting a part on, tell you how to install it, and then go try it out and see what changes it would actually make, right? And so for some of the people that watch right now, I already know you guys are writing on your phone saying, well, if you would have just kept the Q50, you would have still had content. Well, I'm going to be quite honest with y'all. Number one, there was more and more channels coming out with Q50 content. That's number one. Not saying that that was taken away from the channel, but at the end of the day, you guys have other people look at that are more exciting. I'm not really exciting looking dude. I'm wearing sunglasses in the house because I want you guys staring in my eyes, right? But the next thing is because I had the Q50. If you guys don't know, I had the Q50, and I really enjoyed that car. Actually, my closest friends and family, that was my favorite car out of all the cars I've ever owned, right? That Q50, the blue one. But then it then let me down when I started having a turbo leak. And yes, the driver's side turbo started leaking. If anyone who knows me that's been around know I was going to end up putting RT turbos on the car. And then I chose not to do it. The reason being is it was the only car at the time. My money wasn't really hitting that hard enough. And I'm like, should I really take this on? Because if I change these turbos, I'm keeping the car. And I couldn't make my mind up. Also, on top of that, even though I might have some eyes on me, the channel just wasn't as profitable in views as what I would get back. So I didn't like to invest a lot of money into doing stuff for the Q50 unless I would have some return. This YouTube is under a business. But I have a day job. So I can't put 80 hours a week into a YouTube channel that's not going to give me money back. I'm just being honest with you. Just like any adult that's out there trying to make their way. Now, some of your favorite YouTubers, this is all they do. So they could put 80 hours a week and have a good return into it. But they have to see that their audience is catching on. That's why you see some YouTube channels that light cars on fire and jump over certain things and just do stupid nonsense, because that is entertainment. That's not a channel that's really teaching you anything. Now I would say like B is for Build, Matt Armstrong, and other YouTubers or Tavares are a little bit more unique because they could give you entertainment. They could kind of show you how you're doing something, an intricate thing, and that makes you a more always want to come back because you're following your project. So that's what was really helpful for me, because you guys are following the Q50. Once the Q50 ended, because I got into an accident, that was it. The airbags blew. I ended up buying the Q60 the same day. Yes, I ended up buying a blue Q60 the same day, and it was delivered like a month or some change later. And the Q50, I ended up sending it back to Infiniti because it was a lease. The Q60 got so much love from fellow sponsors such as AAM Competition. Shout out to Ola Motorworks. That's in Long Island. Definitely worked on that car too. Shout out to Intrac Tires. Even Burger Tuning. They sent me a JB4 for that car. And I think 2 or 3 other companies that I can't remember off the top of my head. And that's when I really finally got sponsors. And even with that car, I got all these parts. Guys wasn't really jacking or feeling that Q60 no much. Even though it was good looking, no one really cared for it. I took it out to races and everything, and no one was really looking for that. And I get it, because it wasn't a common car yet. That car was still a $35,000 plus car. So the average dude can't really afford it. That's why Q50s, no disrespect to my people watching, but the Q50 is affordable. Just $20,000 for a twin turbo motor, and that's only like $400 a month. Anybody, someone with an average pay right now can afford that car. So my channel was very, over time, even till this day, gets enough traction because people want to learn how to mod the car affordably, and there's nothing wrong with that. I get it. So moving forward, I just never really had enough eyes on the channel moving forward. I ended up looking for a GTR, and then I'm not getting it before coronavirus and everything, and then I ended up getting the Mercedes C63. I stepped out of my comfort zone. I really liked the car. We dealt with the nonsense that we were dealing with for those 2 years, and that took out a lot of, I would say, motivation for me. I was supposed to go to different cities, meet different people, and kept on canceling flights because of the bullshit. Different events that used to go on stopped happening because of social distancing, and now those events can't happen anymore because now they're like, well, the FAA is like, we don't want any runway races, really, except for the one in Long Island, which isn't an active runway anymore. So that's still like an hour and some change away, and they only have that like maybe once or twice a year because the little duckies and the birds are nesting. So there's no motorsports in New York City. That's why, I know I'm giving you guys excuses, but that's why watch these videos with people swimming on the highway, cutting up, because there's nothing else to do. This is why you see people find intersections and take over intersections and slide for the last 2-3 years in New York City, because there's nothing to do. There's no motorsports in New York City plus these blue states, right? So moving forward, I lost a lot of motivation because, number one, because of what I'm around, right? There's no way to have fun with cars. Number two, honestly, you guys didn't enjoy watching the content. Even with the Q60 or C63, it wasn't relatable anymore. If I like chicken wings, don't try to feed me a hamburger if I'm not jacking it. I get it. So that was one of the reasons why no one really chose to actually watch it, right? And then I continue to lose motivation. That's why I tried the Bring the Boost, which I interview other YouTubers or tuners or companies that would make parts for, let's say, the Q50, Q60 Infiniti gang, which is really good and useful information. I always want to have utility for the community, right? And I think I definitely did that. But then even with that, I was like, it's taking up time. It was making me tired and exhausted, and I still have my own daily life and things I'm dealing with, right? Moving forward, so then now we could say more that we're back to this year. I kept on doing the bringing the news, like announcing the news, and it was okay, but then after a while it wasn't fun anymore. It wasn't fun anymore because I want to be able to give you guys something that I actually feel like yo, I'm into this, and I didn't feel into it. With the situation that happened with my E63 when I first got it, for the first 3 months I didn't have any car. I had 3 to 4 other Mercedes courtesy cars, right? For those 3 months I barely was doing anything. And I would say for the last 3 months, now I have the car back, I've been doing some modifications. I've been playing with it a little bit. I even went racing with the car. and it did get some views and everything, and you guys like the story and everything behind it, but it just, guys are not jacking it. The car is not relatable. It's still a 60, 70, $80,000 car, right? And I can't blame the car necessarily, and I can't blame you guys. I actually really just blame myself. The reason being is, bear with me, guys. I have a little bit of stuffy nose. I'm not fun. Like I'm not an entertainer. Like my closest friend thinks my closest friends and family think I'm a very funny dude. I'm joyful. I'm very energetic. But on video, I think it just doesn't really show. Now you have guys on Instagram. They have seen this energy inside me. That they see the more playful side. On YouTube, I don't really show it that much. And what I realized on my own personal being, and the reason why my channel hasn't really become successful, that side hasn't shown with you guys. It really hasn't shown. And when I look at, once again, don't compare your success to other people in YouTube, because everyone's life is different. Other YouTubers, they have different projects of cars. I'm only going to bring up one as an example. I've only brought up two to three other YouTubers. Mata Fame is once again, another YouTuber in New York City. He kind of understands it. He's an older dude, so he definitely understands the same thing I'm going through. But I would use these two different guys. I brought up Whistling Diesel before, or whatever. But I'm gonna bring up Fresh Kicks. I think he's a good YouTuber that's still consistent, and he has a loyal enough following who appreciates his style of recording and vlogging. So they like, yo, Fresh Kicks always have nice cars, pretty cool. It's POV. And they jack that, and they continue to jack it. So he always has his reliable 50, 60,000 people who enjoy watching his videos. Even though he's not doing anything wild like lighting cars on fire and blowing them up, right? It's not really so much entertainment. He's just chilling with his peoples, right? And I'm not even talking about like going to get a burger or anything. Like legit, I'm just going to go to this meet, check my car, I'm thinking about doing this, and that's pretty chill. And some people like that. It's reliable. I would drop another person, Mike. I definitely brought him up. He has like 20 cars, bro. Like, and I'm not an avid follower of his channel because most of his cars I don't really jack. I don't really bang with them like that. But every now and then I do tap in when my YouTube algorithm pop up, and I'll be like, yo, okay, I really like that vet. I like this truck he got. Like, he does things that I still follow though. Like, I still follow him, but just not enough to be an avid viewer. But he does get some of my views. I'm not like them, and not saying that I can't be more like them or just be me and just vlog it. I just don't have that lifestyle that would show the car. You see what I'm saying? I just don't have that lifestyle. Like, I go out with my peoples. Like, we go out, we drink, we eat, we party, whatever, right? You know, I still do that stuff. But, like, when it comes to car stuff, I drop videos with you guys. And I go to Sunday, I go to Cars and Coffee or Cars and Market or any other meets. I drop videos. But once again, it's not relatable because the community doesn't care for that. But also because I created a YouTube channel where people either, one, subscribe to me because of racing of the Q50 and it was exciting, or two, they subscribe to me because I was installing parts and teaching you guys something. So now, because my channel is such a mix of emotions of, yeah, you report the news. Every now and then you may race your Mercedes. Sometimes you may give some updates on the VR30 community. It's so spaced out, and the viewers are not really, they don't really bang with it. They don't jack it. And I get it. So I can't blame anyone other than myself. I just got to learn to evolve. Like, podcasting is going to be the newest thing in the car community, and it's going to continue because podcasting is big on other parts of YouTube. And I was doing it. And if I keep doing it and I get more into it, I think I'll continue to grow on the podcasting because I like to talk. You know, I like to talk to people and talk about car stuff. Like, I think that was a cool idea, and a lot of people did jack that type of stuff, right? And it makes good connection with other people in the community, right? It makes you, because you guys do trust me when it comes to the parts and things that I did recommend because I was a trustworthy person. But with all this coming down on me in the last 3 months, I'm just like, I don't have any motivation to do anything else more. Like, it's just, I have at least, I would say 10 videos from like the last month, from things I'm doing on the E63 and other reaction videos. And even reaction videos to races, and I haven't dropped them because I'm like, it doesn't even take me long to really edit videos. I'm really good and proficient at this stuff. It's just, efficient at it. It's just, yo, I don't really care to do it. To the people that made it to this part, right? That always gonna keep saying, yo, but Boost, like you should just come home. You think I haven't seen those comments in the last 6 months? Yo, Boost, you shouldn't have got the Mercedes. You stayed in Infiniti. I get it. But I'm gonna keep it 100 with anyone in the video. Guys, if you have any kids in the living room, please tell them to leave the room, because I don't want, to disrespect you and your children, right? So I'll give you like 10 seconds, all right? Do 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 do. All right. No, I'm not staying with fucking Infiniti. I'm not. Right? I started off with a 1987 Mazda MPV when I was 17. I'm 35 years old now. I've had plenty of Infinitis, Nissan Maximas over my life, and I have 2 AMG C63 and E63s, right? I don't think I ever really had any haters. At some point when I was on my up and coming, I had a couple of haters, but like I'm not the type to really have a hater because I don't really talk shit about people, right? At the end of the day, if you like what you like, you like what you don't like, right? I like Infiniti Q50s. I like Q60s. I like my Infiniti vehicles. But as Montefem sit there and say, their cars are still irrelevant. No disrespect to anyone that's watching. Don't be offended. But as an owner, I can say that. I had the car, right? It's only more relevant now because the Nissan Z comes out, right? So that makes it more relevant. I think the Q50 is a great car. Would I still like to get another Q50 and then do it over again, but just better? Yes. Yes, I would. But I'm not gonna lie with you. I've had it already. And as a car person, you want to experience different flavors. I like fried chicken, but then I want Thai and Asian and sriracha, whatever they call it. Different flavors of chicken. Flavor or sauces. I like that stuff. And what I can tell you is when you explore and you get out your box, you get to see what the Infinitis and Nissans were letdowns with. Like I said, the fact that there's no red interior on certain things, why the lack of certain performance parts like limited differentials, better transmissions, etc. A lot of stuff was watered down, or they just didn't give you a well-rounded car, right? That's why people say B58, B58 gang, because they give you a better sorted car from factory. It ain't an M car, but it's a lot better sorted car from factory than compared to a Q50, which is kind of thrown together as a parts bin car, right? No offense to anybody. Don't stop getting offended, please. Right? So, moving forward now, I appreciate the car. I'm driving an E63S. This is a top high-end luxury saloon or four-door sedan. This is more of some people's dream cars. The Q50 was people's dream cars, which is fine. My Maxima, my 1996 was my Maxima was my dream car when I was 17, 18. I was like, oh my God. It was the car I worked hard to get. It was my dream car. And I still look at that car when I see it on the road. I'm like, man, I have so much respect to that car. My 2002 Maxima, still have mad respect for the car. Every car I've owned, I've always still have respect because I know where I came from and I know where I'm at now. And your boy Boost still want to go even higher. And I'm not saying that, oh, Boost gets a Lamborghini, he ain't fucking with Infinitis no more. No, that's stupid. That's not how I am. Right? But naturally, that's what most YouTubers want to get to a Lambo. I want to get to a Lambo. They want to get to a Lambo. This is me switching up the energy towards it, right? Because I lost motivation and everything. I'm not motivated by the money on YouTube. Like, I'm not. I have a day job that pays decently well for itself, so I can still pay for the rent and the things that I do in the car that I drive. Or the second car if I choose to get one, right? And I'm happy for that. That's not everyone, but I'm thankful that I worked hard to get here, right? Right? But for me to get back in the Q50 or even a Q60 G37, I chose and sat there and said, I want the Q60 still, but I'm like, I'm going to modify that Q60 and do what with it? Where am I going to go to race it? Why am I putting a supercharger on? Why am I rear mounted turbo in a Q60 just for it to just sit there? Why am I putting all this effort, money, and time and attention to something that, number one, I really don't think is going to bring any revenue because I follow other YouTubers who did the same thing and there's no return in it. I see it. Views is money. And even if some of you guys bang with me, why should I be so loyal to a fan base that's not loyal to me? You see what I'm saying? Why should I fucking do that? No disrespect to anyone watching, but why should I do that? Why should I take my hard-earned money that I go and do my 40 with, right? And on top of that, when I was doing my YouTube stuff, I come home and I do 2-3 hours sitting behind the computer for months and months and months. And most people are like, yo, Boost, this is boring. I ain't jacking it. Go back to the Q50, come back home. No one gives about the Mercedes. Like, I know it's the naysayers, but it's like, yo, I'm tired of it. And I remember someone's comment one day. I never really see my comments that often. One day I turned my phone on, opened my thing, and the comment was right there, and it hit me. And I'm not gonna lie, no one else's opinion creates my reality, and that's fine. Like, no one's opinion is my reality, and I get it. But people don't understand how that affects you. And over, I'll see that stuff. And I'm not saying it's a lot. It's a small amount of people. It's just like, yo, man, like, that 1,000 people that I had, I really appreciate you guys for always rocking with me. But I lost the motivation. Moving forward, this is what I'm doing, right? I'm going to drop videos July 1st, right? And if people watch it, they watch it. If they don't, they don't. I'm becoming more of a casual uploader if I'm doing something with the car. If I deem it that it's cool to respond to or to make news to. When I choose to do, I choose to do it. If I choose not to, I choose not to do it, right? But at this point, I'm just like, yo, fuck YouTube right now. Just fuck it. Because it's like, at the end of the day, I'm not, it sounds like I'm quitting on YouTube. I'm not. It's just, people don't understand, to make videos for y'all and be consistent at it over and over is a lot of work. Take all your best favorite YouTubers, and if you ever get them on a podcast, they will tell you how stressful it is. But here's the thing. When you're a bigger YouTuber because you had to work to get there, which is okay, the time and effort you put into something actually comes back. It does. So they can rent out a racetrack and people will show up and they'll get the money back because it's a business for them, right? They can go get a Lamborghini because you guys will drop them $40,000 views every video they drop, so they can go afford that stuff, right? They had to work to get there. I'm not hating. I'm not there. And I'm just not an interesting YouTuber to bring in those views. I know this is mostly likely lip service, and it sounds like, Boost, you just lost motivation. It sounds like you're quitting. And I'm not that type of guy. Anyone who knows me, I don't quit on anything or anything like that. I'm actually very positive, and I help everyone out around me. You can see it based on the videos when I used to sit there and help you guys. That's who I am. I help people, right? But at this point, man, it's like, I want to work towards something else. Let me get back to the Lamborghini thing. Let's be fair. Let's try to manifest what this is what women say, right? I'm working. The reason why I got Mercedes is because you just can't go get in a Lamborghini. You just can't go hop in a Lamborghini. You can't do that. So even if you come from a Q50, for you to get like a Huracan, you're gonna have to drop like 50% down, unless you show it. So I needed to get in another car to get to a more expensive cars. So I need to get an $80,000, $90,000 E63S. Because my C63 was about 45 or 40,000. So what you think I'm going after this? The next step is 140 to I would say 120 to about 160. And after that, I'm Gucci. You have to be able to show them that you can get there to get these more expensive cars. That's why some of the most favorite YouTubers that you guys sit there and watch, you're like, man, you doing so good, man. You're such a motivation. You got a Urus, you got a Lamborghini, you got a Ferrari, you got the crib. They show you lifestyle and entertaining stuff, right? But they have to work to get there. That stuff ain't free, or they have to put an astronomical amount of money down or take loans out. That's just how their lives are. That's not me, man. I'm a regular dude like y'all, and I've been saying that shit for years. I'm a regular dude that's a 9 to 5. And every now and then I record the video and put it up. That's it. So if in a year's time from now you see me pull out in a Lamborghini Huracan, you're like, yeah, Boost, I really knew you was gonna make it. Okay, thank you for banging him in my corner now. Y'all will be shocked because anyone who's really banging me, they're like, Boost, you really started from a 2015 Q50 3.7. Now you're an E63 a couple of years later. I'm really appreciating you. Keep me motivated. That's for the small amount of people. Right? But at the end of the day, I just want you guys to take it, and if I'm gonna leave you guys with some messages, because I'm gonna close the video now. Once again, someone else's opinion doesn't have to become your reality, and that's fine. That's okay, right? Like, people always gonna give you criticism. You're never gonna make everyone happy. I understand that I'm 35 years old. I live a very fucking long time. At least in my mind, I feel like I lived a long time, right? But there's so much more to learn. If you choose to stay in one box, people would always respect you for being in one box. And I don't want to be the guy that's like, this is boost in infinity, boost in infinity, boost to infinity. That's not. I probably gave one of you guys a YouTube name now, boost to infinity, right? It's a great YouTube name, right? But I'd rather not. I'd rather not stay in that box and be. I'm boost in motion. You've guys seen me drive a C63, E63, two other twin turbocharged cars, and whatever else I get in the future. You might see me get some regular cars, Imperial cars, or whatever, right? But nonetheless, I don't want to stay in that box. When you start getting older and you start earning more money, putting yourself around different people and have different experiences, you're not going to look at what you used to have and think it was trash. You just know that you can do more now, have access to more. That's it. And that's fine. If you want to have a sensible decision to just have a 1995 Nissan Maxima, you throw a supercharger on and you do a 6-speed manual swap, that's fine. That car is dope. I would love to buy one right now that's already done. And I will keep that car. Not a lot of people selling it. Right? Or if you want to go and take your Q50 and throw Z1 or pure turbos on it and just run it on 99 tray, you can do that. Will actually be a terrible experience. But run it on E85 and just keep it at a cool 550, 600 wheel, you can do that too. It's a sensible decision. It's fine. If you want to go and get an E663S and just do a turbo, do a simple tune with a CPC, you're making about almost 700 wheel or a 650 wheel, and I'll say almost 700 wheel on 9 tray, you can do that too. You can do whatever you want, guys. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. And that's why I try my best not to pay attention to what everyone else is doing. I'm doing what I want to do now. Period. I'm going to do what I want to do. For the people who on Instagram who subscribe to my Instagram, because I had not millions, I used to get hundreds of DMs. I would say at least 200 to 300 DMs a month on Instagram asking me how to build a Q50 out. Plenty of videos I've made on this, right? And I used to answer that stuff like for years. So once Instagram stepped in and said, you can subscribe. And I told people, well, if you want to ask me a question, just subscribe to my Instagram. It's only $2 a month. Nah, you crazy. I'm not paying you, whatever. I'll find somewhere else. Or like, all right, I'm good. Then it became a problem. 9 months later, now it's quiet. It's pretty much crickets now. Because I'm not valuable. I put out plenty of information, but $2 a month, divide $2 by 30. How much is that really, guys? How much is that really per day? Hear me out. $2 per day. $2 per month. Divide that by 30 days. How much is that in cents a day that you can donate to your favorite YouTuber because you're asking them a question? There's an app right now called Minute. If you want to contact somebody of influence or status or income, you have to pay them per minute. People see the value in it. That's why they do it. I made this as a complimentary thing when I was small, but as I got bigger, it was too much. So I'm not valuable to this space anymore, and that's okay. I'm not mad about it, and that's okay. I see the effects of it, and that's okay. That's something I have to be okay with it. But I'm going to continue doing what I got to do moving forward, period. If you guys want to jack it, you want to bang with it, cool. If you don't, it's fine. If I go hop into Infinity again, and be like, oh yeah, I'm happy you back, whatever. If I don't hop into Infinity ever again, damn, you don't want to watch me? You want to subscribe? It's alright. Like, at the end of the day, I did my part at helping all the people I can over the years. Giving them all the information they can about the cars they owned. And even people who weren't even in the Infinity gang, I still help them modify their Audis, their Toyotas, their Supras. Yeah, a couple people hit me up about Supra because they were still like, they didn't know what to get, and they followed me. They were like, yo, I still bang with you because you still get my handful of information. And some people are just not mechanically inclined, and for some way I can make things a little bit more relatable to them. There's not a lot of people on YouTube who can give you that, and I'm one of them, right? So outside of guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. I really appreciate you always for banging with your boy Boost. You can add me at Boost Emotion on IG, Facebook, and Boost Emotion, and send me an email at boostemotion@gmail.com. I'm not answering any questions for free. I'll take a small donation. I would really appreciate it, especially if it's on Instagram. Facebook, I don't even, I told you at the start, I don't really answer those messages. So, unfortunately, that's something I'm going to get rid of. But you can add me there, and I'll send any updates, anything on that. So, outside of that, guys, I appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost Emotion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.